Hey everyone, hope everyone's having a good day. I wanted to come on because it's been helpful for me to chat things out with you all in these videos, and it makes me feel slightly less alone. Even though, I know folks really don't watch my videos, but like on the chance encounter that somebody did, I think it's a brave act putting something public out into the ethos. So here I am. I'm having difficulty calming my mind right now. I think there are a lot of moving parts happening, and it's just very busy. I kind of wanted to just take a step back and shut up. I haven't been thinking about my weight very much recently. So maybe that's something that I'll talk about today, my weight or my relationship with my body. I feel like in March, or maybe it was April, I came up with this idea that I was on this journey of self-love and acceptance until I turned 30, which is in December. And now that we're already about to be into August, I'm at this point where I'm like, well, I feel like, one, I feel like I've seen myself grow in a lot of ways recently, but two, I think I'm not fully understanding the value in that or something. I'm just not fully here right now, and I feel like, how do I reconcile the fact that I feel like I am getting a lot better at just being in the present and really liking myself and doing the day-to-day and being appreciative of what I have and speaking up around the issues that I care about, etc., etc. How do I balance that with these true realities of things that I want? And how do you create the pathway to get there without driving yourself, into madness, because you do need that balance and you do need that focus on the present. I don't really know how to do both, is what I'm saying. I feel like I've been so focused on centering myself and on finding happiness within myself. And I think I'm getting close to that. And I know that that's not something that, like, once you achieve, like, you never have to think about it again. Like, of course, you have to think about it. You have to think about it again. But, I just feel like I've been really focused on this one thing, and I don't know where to pick up the other thing. I thought that they would kind of naturally just happen together, but it's not exactly happening that way. And long-term goals include things around career pathways. They include things around family planning, just if like a change in geographic location, maybe. The vision of my life, I guess, basically. I have a lot of difficulty envisioning it because in many ways I am in a state of transition, so probably what my life looks right now is not going to look like what it looks like in 5 years. But it also might look exactly the same. I think I don't have a way of knowing right now. Maybe it's like you sit down and you write the things that you are in control of the things that you want, and the things that you feel like are absolutely out of your control that you can't even touch. And maybe then the things that could be in control, you're in your control. And maybe you focus on those things, the things you want, the things that are in your control, and the things that could be in your control but currently aren't. I don't know. I don't know how to plan around this. I'm also starting to really miss feeling like I have a mutual love, like a romantic love in my life. And it's just making me sad. But I was going to talk about my weight. Okay. I'm okay with where I'm at right now. When I look in the mirror, I'm not the happiest with my body or my weight. I haven't been really weighing myself recently. I need to cancel my Weight Watchers membership. I have like an online membership that I'm still paying for. I'm not using it at all. I think I could be doing better. And I have a group of friends who we used to do check-ins with around what we were eating and if we were feeling healthy or not, and like workout regimen and that kind of a thing. And we haven't been communicating regularly on this. And I feel like the lack of communication in that message thread is very similar to how I personally feel. Like, I don't feel like it's completely lost. Like, I don't feel like a losing battle. Like, I'm constantly gaining weight and like binging and I'm completely out of control. I don't feel like that. But I do feel like I am in like a headspace where I could be doing a lot better. I feel like I have the capacity and the capability of doing a lot better. And it's one area of my life that I'm just not really focusing in on. I'm not buying groceries for myself regularly. I'm kind of giving in to a lot of my immediate needs around pleasure and food and eating out a lot and just going after what I crave and all that. And I think that as part of self-love, it's actually important to let yourself do that. Like, it's important to not be overly restrictive because, of course, that leads to like the yo-yo of restricting and then binging and then restricting again. So I think it is important to allow yourself to indulge in those cravings and all of that. But if you also want to see results in a certain direction, if you want to see your body becoming more toned, if you have these like goals kind of percolating in the back of your mind, but they're just never coming to fruition, I think that can be kind of frustrating. And so that is a thing that I'm currently dealing with, but I'm also not really dealing with it because I think that there are other things that are more top of mind for me, and I keep pushing the weight, body, like body security, body positivity conversation in my hip brain, like further and further back. Also, I feel like I've been in a lot of spaces recently which have been really, really validating. So I've been receiving a lot of positive feedback from folks about the way that I look and about my body. And I think that positive reinforcement has been helping me, along with the fact that I've just been feeling more confident recently because I feel more in control of my life right now. But I think that we can get false senses of security around how in control we actually are. And, that is something that I try to be cognizant of. I think it's okay for me to feel lonely. I am alone. Like, I am very alone. Many of you probably are too. Like, this is maybe an issue with modern society. I don't even know. But, like, I live alone. I work from home. I don't have a romantic partner. And I do a lot of things alone. I go to movies alone. I go to dinner alone. I'll go out to eat alone. I do my chores alone. I take care of my pet now alone, even though you could argue that having the pet means that I'm not alone. I don't know. I'm very independent. I don't know, like, I feel like people don't always describe me as being independent, but, like, I am very independent and very capable of being alone. I'm an extrovert, so I have to see people. I get my energy from people, so I seek that out for fun. But I also am entering this period of my life where it's actually completely normalized to me at this point. At some point I wasn't, where things don't really happen with spontaneity. They do sometimes, but more often than not, you know, like, we have to be respectful of each other's time and schedule time with each other. And so, because I have all of my kind of social life really scheduled and the rest of the time I'm just alone, it makes me feel even more lonely or something. That I don't just have, like, a community that's, like, knocking on my door, if that makes sense. And so I think it is okay that I feel lonely, like, because I am very alone. I don't have family nearby. Like, of course, I have talked to my family, but physically and emotionally, there are many ways in which I am alone. That's not to say that, like, I'm not supported, because I also feel very, very supported by my community. But it's just a reality that I am alone. And I think that, like, I kind of like to lie to myself a lot, or, like, tell myself that that's not true a lot, because I feel like it'll make me feel better. But I'm thinking that there's probably value actually in taking stock of the reality of your situation. And to validate that it's okay to feel lonely when you are alone. You know, that sounds so simple, but I think we tend to convince ourselves that there's something wrong with that we just should not be feeling that way. And so the next question then is to how to deal with this loneliness. And I don't quite know. Hopefully I'll have a video up, like, in a few days where I've figured it all out, but, you know, that's not how it works. And I am somebody who has spent a lot of my adult life feeling lonely, I feel like. So, I don't know, it's interesting. Just more things for me to think about and process and work on. And I appreciate this space because it is centering to just get these thoughts out and feel like someone might be listening, you know. It feels really meaningful that is a possibility even. So, anyway, I'm going to wrap it up for today. I hope everyone is doing well and taking care of themselves in the way that they need to. And I look forward to talking to y'all again soon.